Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, girl, sorry. I was busy dancing because the music was so good. Hi, it's me, Amanda Van Annen. I'm a model, I'm an actress, I'm a producer, and I'm an entrepreneur that has several businesses. Over the last few months, I've been doing my podcast, Beauty and the Beat, which a lot of you have been listening to. And one of the guests I had was so inspiring. She became my bestie, and we've decided to do season 2, and I've got Chandra Lynn on the show with me. So in season 2, Chandra and I are going to be taking you through a lot. We're going to be talking about business. We're going to be talking about relationships. We're going to be talking about everything you can think of under the sun that is about being finding your true authentic self. So that said, I'm going to let Chandra do a little introduction about who she is.
Thank you so much. And I'm so happy to be here. That music really got me going. And right before that, I was listening to Mary J. So you can never go wrong to get yourself in a really good, positive state with with music, right? So yeah, Amanda and I hit it off. I mean, right away. It was ridiculous. Like we just realized we had all these things in common. I mean, we both had MBAs. We both were, our entrepreneurs. We're both known for so many different things. And we connected over the fact that, yes, when we put ourselves out there, it's so important to be authentic and to, really be showing up for what we want to be known for. But we also notice that there's challenges in doing that because when you're a Jill of all trades like we are, there's so many facets of ourselves. I think of us as like a multifaceted diamond, and we put different facets in the sun, right? But we have to get really good at that if we're going to be good in business and we're going to succeed in attracting the things that we want to attract. So I love this topic of authenticity. It dives right into my work with personal branding and helping people figure out how they're, showing up as their best selves and how businesses move forward. So just a quick background, I have an MBA in marketing. I've been a marketing consultant for over 20 years. Back in 2016, I got a coaching certificate. And so I started doing more than the marketing consulting. I started coaching on life transformations and really helping people and businesses show up, as their best selves and attracting the success that they dream of. And so it starts with me doing that for myself. It starts with Amanda doing that with herself. And it starts with you doing that for yourself. And that's what we're hoping to really bring to life on this show.
Yeah, Chandra, thank you for that. I mean, over the last few weeks, Chandra and I have been having a lot of discussion about, what is it to be authentic? Because everyone goes around talking these days about, you've got to show up, you've got to bring your best true self, you got to be your authentic self. But what is it about authenticity, and how do you find it in a world where there's so many distractions? And another thing we want to talk about is money, because excuse me. One thing I'm sick and tired is that people always go, get up, show up this. And people are like, I have a job, I have a 9 to 5, trying to start a business at that same time. It's almost impossible for me. And you're telling me to get up, show up, be your true self. And I'm going through hell right now. So a lot of the things we want to talk about are practical solutions you can use to get yourself out of that hell into your true authenticity. And that starts with branding yourself as your true authentic self. And, just when I had Chandra on my episode of Beauty and the Beat, one of the things that came to mind when I talked to her was she made me look at my life all over. Most people look at me and they say, oh my God, you're beautiful. You had a modeling career and now you're an entrepreneur and, you're so lucky. But one thing I want to tell you girls is luck has nothing to do with it. Luck has a lot to do with it, but preparation, knowing who you are, and then taking to the road like a warrior is part of this journey. And you have to be ready to show up and be present. So that said, Chandra, what do you think about what I just said?
Oh, honey, I've been so impressed with you from get-go, right? From the minute because here's the thing, and I'm just going to be straight and honest with you. There is a little bit of a thing when you approach models and women who are so beautiful, and there's a little apprehension, and I think that when you discover somebody that is clearly smart and intelligent and well-spoken and has depth and intellect combined with that beauty, honestly, that's what beauty inside and out is all about. Like, I really think that you have that, and partnering with you is something that I'm inspired to do, because I think that we can help share that. We can share how to do that. I feel more beautiful just being with you and getting your tips and everything. And I feel like we together, when we're able to go deep, it's like all of the facades and hair and makeup and everything melt away, and we're talking about the truth, the essence of what we're wanting to attract. I mean, I think one of the things that really struck me initially was when we finished our interview, and we didn't know each other that well at that point.
Yeah.
And I asked you, what is it that you truly want to do? And how we were able to get right into this conversation about not just what we're going to do for a side hustle or, make a little money on this, to kind of propel us to the next level, but like truly what we want to bring to the world, what impact we want to make. And being able to talk at that level stimulates me. It makes me feel like we're of like mind. We're in the same tribe. We get that we're here to make a contribution, we're here to make a difference. And seeing that in you, really makes me feel that I could rise to that. And it doesn't matter, it's not a competition. Women compete with each other. And I have always been a pretty non-competitive person, but it takes working on your self-esteem. It takes inviting, beautiful people into your life and feeling just as confident around them as you would, with friends that aren't, don't show that externally.
Exactly.
The inside is so important.
Exactly. So ladies, as I was talking to Chandra about that, one of the things I wanted to say to you about all of this is it all starts with you. And you have to bring yourself to the table, no matter what's happened in your past, no matter what relationship broke down, no matter what happened to you in your childhood. We are going to get over this together. And Chandra and I are determined to show you how to get from 0 to 100. So if you listen to this over the next few weeks, we're going to be giving you exciting tips covering finance, relationships, personal development, raising children, finding the dream guy or the dream girl it may be. It's all possible if you put certain things into action. And, that's why I teamed up with Chandra, because she has helped me change my life through her Glowliving. If you don't know Glowliving, it's, I'm going to let Sandra talk a bit more about Glowliving. Chandra?
Oh, thanks. You have it projected on the screen. This is just a view of my website, and it is running a video of a workshop that I did for a course that I created called Root to Rise. It's a yoga principle, where you root down into your strong foundation and to be able to rise up to your fullest potential. So I do have an online course, and before the pandemic, I was able to offer online workshops. Now I'm doing one-on-one coaching, but it's really about learning how to create life balance, about how to visualize your future, about how to actually materialize the things that you want. And so I worked with a lot of people on, where they get stuck in their root system to build that strong, healthy foundation, how to break free of that, these limiting beliefs, these past, issues that have held us back, and how to give ourselves permission to sit in our own authority, our own sovereignty, to make decisions to move us forward that propel us to where we really truly want to go. Not just tactical reason or tactical things, but like life purpose things, like we need to be able to connect with something higher and bigger and be able to rise to that. So Root to Rise is about that. And my website, Glowliving, is the platform where, I have blog articles and video interviews and all kinds of stuff that I offer, lots of free resources that you guys can start with. And Amanda has her own projects too. And what's so cool about this platform is we're going to discuss all that. We're going to discuss what it takes to be entrepreneurial, these days, what it takes to balance more than one business, more than one thing in your life. I'm a mom. I have a 14-year-old son. I'm single right now. There's a lot that, is going on. So we're going to get into it like besties here sharing our lives with you. And we're also excited to find ways to bring you into the conversation.
Yes. Yeah. Because it's all about us doing it together. So, one of the things everyone asks me is, I never have enough time. I'm going to be really honest with you, Chandra, because I never have enough time. And if there's one thing that I need most is time management. So between having a modeling career, doing this acting thing, running 3 businesses and traveling all over the world, trying to do philanthropic stuff, trying to change the world, it is difficult. And, people are like, how do you do it? And to be really honest, I'm going to say it right on here. My time management skills are bad. I'm trying to work on them. I go to bed like 1 a.m. and I'm up at 7, even though I really want to wake up at 5. But then I do have to give myself some of that extra time because I'm like, how can I wake up at 5 when I just went to bed at 1? And I feel like and one of the things I've learned from, just even talking to Chandra is, it's about identifying what you really want out of all this, and not dispersing too much energy into many things, because then you don't become good at anything. I mean, these days we're all jill of all trades because there's so much opportunity in the world right now, especially on the internet. I mean, just since the pandemic, the amount of opportunities that have come up, even in all this suffering, is amazing. There's so many opportunities on the internet right now. And I know there are a lot of you at home that have lost your jobs, that are probably thinking, what am I going to do next? And some of the things Chandra and I are going to be talking about are courses you can take that can help you brush up on your skills, improve, and hone on your life skills, probably start your own business. There's a lot more opportunity for business owners now. So if you've ever thought of starting your own business, even though it might not sound like it, this is one of the best times to start your own business because the government is trying to help a lot of small businesses out there. So I would advise you to look into something online or try to brush up your skills online and get into that. I mean, I know that was a bit of a segue, but I always want to talk to people about that because even I did that. During the pandemic, I used that time and I brushed up on so many skills. All of a sudden I can edit videos. I can do Facebook marketing. I can do Instagram marketing. Even though I had people that did this for me, I wanted to know how it worked behind the scenes, And so that is what we're talking about. So we're going to be talking about business. We're going to talk about finances. I mean, even though I'm not a financial expert and anything we say here is just for entertainment purposes, and we're not financial advisors, but we will be talking to you about how we, deal with our finance situations and everything and how we pave it forward. And another thing we will be talking about is, just branding, which is where Chandra comes in, because we've got this branding pack that we're going to be giving you, which a link will be right at the bottom of this video, or on Instagram, you'll be able to swipe up and get it. And it's a free branding kit. And I'm going to let Chandra talk about it a bit more because she helped us put this amazing kit together.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so here's the thing about branding. I've been working in marketing and branding. I have lots of clients right now, where we're focusing on a lot of branding work. And there's branding, and also there's, direct response marketing where you're getting leads and all that kind of stuff, which we'll talk about how to increase sales for your business. But it really starts with you and what is authentic to you, what you want to be known for and all of that. Then it kind of bridges into your business and what that mission is and why people should care and why is it different and what is it that you're offering that's unique, what problem is it solving, and how do you communicate it out really succinctly through all of your channels so that you can attract the right customers, so that it can land and resonate on the right potential buyers. And so I put together with Amanda it's basically like she said, a kit, a guide that'll take you through some exercises. You'll be asked some challenging questions to identify that for yourself and how to hone this in, how to come up with the exact words that you want to communicate out to other people. In fact, there's a little exercise that's kind of like a Mad Libs. Remember those where you fill in the blank? Where if you fill in the blanks, it'll give you the perfect template to be able to put an about paragraph on your website and an about on your Facebook and all of your social media that explains very succinctly what it is you do, why you're special, and what should be attracted in. So we have this guidebook for you, and I'm super excited to offer it as a way to just get our conversation started, because this is like the first step. We're going to provide lots more resources in the future, but this is the first step of connecting with your own authenticity and how to start to shine it out, how to shine that part of your diamond out into the world to attract what you're wanting back.
Yeah, Chandra, when you were talking about branding there, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. One of the most difficult things I have, even with myself, is just to do with branding, because I never know what people say you have to identify, what it is you are, what you're doing, what is it, how you're paving it forward, And as you said, in today's world, as we're Jill of all trades, we just can't pinpoint on it. And, and then, there's also the counter argument where people go, why can't I just be everything? And, I kind of agree with that, but also you have to find what your core thing is. That's what Chandra is talking about. So you have to know who you are, what is the core, and then what branches out from the trees, so the core is like the trunk of your tree.
Oh, yes, it's definitely the trunk. And going back, though, to the heart metaphor, the multifaceted heart metaphor, which is the logo for my Glowliving company, we can be all of those things. We are all of those things. When it comes to branding and marketing communications, it's picking aspects intentionally and being able to communicate them clearly. That's all it is. It's not denying any true aspect of yourself. Yes, we'll put certain things in the shadows because they're not appropriate to that audience. Like I'll talk to you about relationships, but I might not talk to a client about my relationships. It's choosing what aspect of ourselves we're going to put out there. So that's all it is. It's definitely not denying any part of ourselves. It's even deeper than that. It's connecting with that core and letting it shine out through all those aspects, but then showing them intentionally and purposefully when it comes to business, especially. But I mean, you can use it even on a dating app, really, like your description of what you're looking for. I mean, you can use this template to define these things in the different segments of your life. And it's just to help you with communicating that better. It's all about really communicating that to what? To attract things back in that you want to attract. Mm-hmm. And I just have to make one comment before I forget, when you were talking about being bad at time management, because everybody is with that, even the most type A people, And had I known, I would have brought a copy of my to-do list that was like, 4 pages front and back and everything else. And I looked at it the other day and I was like, majority of this is self-imposed, because I am an entrepreneur and I am motivated internally and I do create a lot of expectations for myself. So, but because it's self-imposed, I can then also look at the priorities and change that for myself, because I'll find that I'm layering all this stuff on, right? But I can also take these layers off and I can get to the heart of what it is. So what we can do is we can look at some guideposts to measure these things against. Like if you're doing all this stuff, what's your why? Why are you doing all of it? And is it really necessary? Because when you get to the heart of your why, then the next step is figuring out, well, what are you really willing to do to get that? And is it all necessary, or are there certain things that you need to be doing that you may be avoiding for fear of success or fear of failure, or just not feeling, like I was going to say something about the, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of imposter syndrome. Some people don't move forward because they think, maybe I need a certification for that, or maybe I need a degree for that, or maybe I need, some experience in that first. But those are all roadblocks telling us, we're fearful. So what I'm saying basically is that we're going to talk about tools to break through all that, to be able to go to the next level and hone in on what we want, why we want it, what we're willing to do about it, and have our to-do lists match that.
Yeah, Chandra, I totally agree with you. And, when you were talking about the imposter syndrome, oh my God, the imposter syndrome, even I have the imposter syndrome, and both of us are really successful women. We've done a lot in our lives. We both have MBAs and, but that imposter syndrome is that thing that creeps in, that you just feel you're not good enough. I think it's that thing that you feel you're not good enough, or that if you show up, what are people going to think when you show up? Like, are they going to think, who is she? How dare she tell me what to do? Or how dare she try and be my life coach or something like that? When all it is, it's really that, if I think what causes the imposter syndrome is momentum, because I feel like for me personally, I need momentum to move forward. If something's going on in my life, or if I have a new project or a new business idea, I have to go forward immediately. And I have to not take time to think too much about it, or about the why. What are people going to think? What are they going to say? What are they going to do? If I have that business idea, before I let all the like negative thoughts and negative emotions come in, I just have to move forward and start doing it, because I notice that when I start thinking too much about it, then I don't do it. I just sit there and I keep on procrastinating. And then it gets to the stage where I have this imposter syndrome saying, like, oh my God, if I do this, everybody's going to think this, or they're going to think, oh, she's not good enough. Why is she doing that? But, one analogy, or one thing I tell myself in this world is, there's how many billion people in this world? And there's always someone that wants to listen to your story. And there's someone that your story is going to affect. And if you're just doing it for them, that's enough. And through that, you build a tribe of people that want to listen to this story, and it's going to affect. And that's when we have change momentum and things keep on moving forward.
I love that, because I have definitely found the same thing for myself, that when I think about it, we get caught up in the numbers when it comes to social media. Like, oh, 100 people liked my post, or but why is 1,000 people liking this other person's post? Or, we can get stuck in the numbers. But if you think about having 100 people come into your house or where you live, it would be a raging party, right? I mean, it's actually a lot of people, and they're real people behind it. And like you said, it can be one person that gets inspired and, takes a step because of you, that can make a difference. And that is the ripple effect, right? So it's not about the numbers. It's about the quality of the connections. It's about the quality of the impact that you make, and it's not about the numbers to validate ourselves. Exactly. And I think what we're talking about here a lot is what I call sovereignty. It's about finding that feeling within that we, first of all, self-source our own authority, meaning we're not looking for other people to give it to us and give us permission to be who we are. Instead, we know we have something of value to offer someone out there. And that is what fuels us to keep going. I already came, like with Glowliving and everything, I already went through dark nights of the soul and all kinds of stuff where it's like, I know this isn't for everybody, but the people it's for have already reflected back to me the value. They've already found ways of transforming their lives that have proved it out for me that it has value, but it's not going to be for everybody. And I've had to let go of that and focus on the people that are really, truly engaged in it and feel that it's right for them. And it's going to be the same for this show. It's going to be the same for any project that any of the listeners decide to embark on, that it's okay to let go of the idea that to be successful, it has to, work for everybody. No, it doesn't. It has to work for the right people that resonate with you. And what you're offering is an invitation. There's nothing required about it. The people that we do resonate will accept that invitation, and that will level you up for success.
Yeah, that's so well said, Chandra. So guys, as I said, there's a link down below, or you can swipe up on Instagram to get the branding packet. And that's how we're going to start. And we're going to go on this journey together over the next few weeks. And I look forward to getting to know you. Like, comment, subscribe, or just tell us what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. And I want you to be part of our community so that we can all identify who we are authentically and help change the world and make it a better place. That said, until the next time, Chandra, anything to say?
Just that we're going to be creating opportunities that we'll let you know about. So when you do sign up to get the branding guide, you'll also be on our newsletter, which, we're just launching, and we're going to come up with opportunities for, guests, interviews, people writing in questions and all of that type of stuff. So, just join us as we get started on this journey together, and tell us more about what you would like to learn about, what, challenges you're facing, and, really, engage with us, so that that's how we could be a best service to you, is if we know what's going on with you and we can, address that in our shows.
Okay, until next time, see you on Beauty and the Beat.